on this next task, it does have quite a few steps. So we want to make sure that we read the steps carefully, break it down, and it's also using a function that we haven't done before. So this says in the commission rate worksheet tab, so make sure we're on the correct sheet tab, define a range. That part is easy. So we can do that a couple of ways on here. So you can either select and type in the name box, or you can go to the formulas tab and click define name. So we're going to select A2 through C6, and we're going to define this range so that it can be used in the function. So we're going to call this range bonus, as it says in the directions. Okay, so after we name this range bonus, this range is going to be used in the function later, like I said. So they're going to be pulling information from this range. The next thing we need to do is we need to go to the combined cells sheet tab. On this sheet tab, we are going to be adding a column in. So we can add a column using that same formatting by going to the home tab, insert sheet columns, excuse me. So on this sheet column, it says that we need to name it bonus pay. So we're going to be determining what the bonus pay is using information from that range that we just named. And we're going to do this by using a function called vlookup. So we're going to go to insert function. We're going to search for the function vlookup, click up. So we're going to use this function, and we want to use the lookup value. So our lookup value is going to be where we're going to be pulling this value or reference from. And so we're going to be pulling it from E3, which is going to be our sales. So, and we're trying to use this to determine how much our bonus is going to be. We're going to be pulling our table array from the range that we named. So we're going to be pulling information from that range we called bonus. And then we're going to be pulling information from the third column. This is going to tell us what our bonus amount is going to be. So we're going to use the third column, which is going to be column 3, for this information. So this is the third column in our range. I'm going to go back to combined cells. Let me make sure to take that off of there. So yours should look like this. Lookup value E3, table array bonus, and it's coming from that third column. Okay, so then once we get that information, we are going to click OK. According to what's on here, this person does not get a bonus because they didn't meet the correct sales amount. But if I use my fill handle, I click on this green square and drag down to F7, it's going to tell me the amounts that the other people do earn as bonus pay. And I click next. Ta-da! Okay, so the next task says that we are going to, in cell B9, multiply the contents of B8 and the name range tax rate, then autofill. So far, we've just made mainly multiplying cell references. Now we can use ranges, just like what we named ranges on our Party Planning Plus. We're going to use those ranges to multiply and to give us a tax rate. So we're going to do, it says multiply B8 times, and if it tells you to multiply by range, you just type out the name of that range, tax rate, and it'll probably pop up, and it's going to highlight wherever that range is, and then we can just push enter, and then it tells us to autofill across. Ta-da! Okay, so for the next task, it says below each of the headings for sum, average, max, and min, we're going to use those functions using the values or cell range B6 through M6. You know how to do this one. This one's pretty easy. So we're going to go to the correct cells below sum. We're going to click the drop down. We are going to choose the sum function, and we can just go in. You can either select the correct range, or you can go in and you can type what you want your range to be. So we want it to be B6 through M6. We can push enter. We're going to go to the average function. We want to make sure we have the correct range. B6 is what it starts with, colon, and then M6. So that colon is going to be B6 through M6. Enter. Our minimum, and we're going to do the same thing for the min and the max. So make sure you always correct your range. Make sure you're calculating the correct range. B6, colon, M6. Enter. Then our max. You know how to do it. Make sure we got B6 through M6. Okay, and then we can also we can fill more than one column at a time, or more than one group of cells. So we can select the entire range and then just use our fill handle to drag down, and it's going to fill those functions for us.